everybody, and thanks again for joining Value Chain Minutes. I'm with Jay, and we had some brief discussions on what a project-driven supply chain really means to different companies. What I'm going to ask Jay to talk about now are what are some of the prerequisites and how does it really work under the hood? So Jay, this is kind of like 204, 205. So Jay, go ahead and take.
Thank you. So, what you need to implement project driven supply chain is first of all, you have to have projects module that's functional, projects or PPM in your Oracle footprint. The other thing you need is obviously at a bare minimum, you need the inventory module where you're receiving material, shipping, or making or transferring material out of, right? Optionally, if you have manufacturing and planning modules, those modules can also leverage project driven supply chain. So the whole thing starts off. There is a checkbox in the inventory organization setup in the inventory module, and that checkbox says that enable project driven supply chain. Once you do that, that inventory organization becomes subject to project driven supply chain. That doesn't mean that everything in that inventory organization is going to be project driven. You could have inventory coexist in that warehouse or inventory org. Some of it could be project driven, some of it could be common. So both is possible, right? Now, within this, there is cost accounting and receipt accounting setups that are also required. When you change things, when you transact inventory, with project and task number awareness, they have an accounting impact. And that's one of the benefits is when you use project driven supply chain, you are driving the accounting impact of those inventory transactions based on the project information. So there could be tasks that are capitalizable or expense and so on. And you can drive accounting or account coding for those transactions through cost accounting. Once you have everything set up, you can start using the system with every transaction. So you can create a requisition or a PO, and then on the receipt, you can have the project numbers and task numbers. Whatever was on the PO will show up on the receipt. When you do a transfer order, Oracle can allow you to transfer project specific inventory or non project inventory. When you're consuming raw materials on work orders or sales orders, or when you're shipping sales orders, all of those can be made project aware, right? Now, if you have a business that runs project and non-project, you can have both of them coexist in the same org, and you can also have non-project separate lane for all the non-project activity.
All right. Well, I think that's a great synopsis for what are the prerequisites and how are things set up. And so I appreciate the time that you've taken today, Jay. So to everybody, we will be talking next about, what are the ideal candidates or industries for that, some of the personas that will help, and some of the lessons that we've learned. So I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as provide any feedback to our suggestions for how these can be better for you, the listener. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.